G'day, everybody. I want to talk about what happens if you have too much money or too much power. It means having people that do your will without money, I guess. And what can happen over time of that? It doesn't happen straight away. At first, it can look good, a little bit like what happened in World War II. How Hitler started off good, it looked good, but things can go wrong, and it could have been good at the start and the outcome and certain things right, but things can go wrong because of too much money and power. This is my opinion, and a few other people's too. If you look up, a lot of people's opinions and sayings are similar. But this is, when I say this is my opinion, this is how I see it. And so, over time, too much money or too much power, you get an illness. It's a sickness of domination. You think you can do anything. You start getting the illness of thinking you're more powerful than God because you're solving everything with your decisions and with money or with the people that you control or look up to you. You know, the ones that look up to you is in your control. They wouldn't want to hear that because it's not control. But people that look up to you will do things. So it's not 100% control, but it's still a power. And so, because you can have these groups that aren't that rich, you know, cults and stuff, that have people that look up to them. That's why I'm saying that theory. And anyway, besides all that, and so they don't need money to get them to do things. But the most person with most power in this world, and we talk about it, the 1% that have 99% of the money, you know, a million or a couple of million people, have the most true power and have the ultimate human life, and everything's great. You can solve things with money. You beaut. That's their religion, and they believe the more you save, the more powerful you are in that religion, right? The money religion. And I've already explained my opinion of that religion. And see, when people say money is the root of evil, well, it can be, because money is a religion that you can feel too good too quick, because money makes you feel good and money gives you all this power. So the more you get into this religion, the more money you get, the more you'll get power. And it's very easy to understand how to get money, and you just find ways to get in money. That's the thing. It's not about being right or loving or anything of religion. It's just about how to get money, because the money gives you power, right? And I see that as a devil kind of way, a negative, impulsive way. But in a way, we need negative and positive, but how much of that do we need, right? And I think we hit a point where there's too many rich people. So we got a couple of million that can pretty much do anything they want. They got enough money, more than their lifetime and stuff like that. And so they're running around doing whatever they want. They're untouchable pretty much in the end, because they can get lawyers and stuff. And not saying they're not, they're pretty much, right? Because of money, right? Because of their power, they worship and they love it and they run it. And as far as they're concerned, you know, they don't believe in God. They are God, and they do all these experiments with labs and all the movies and all the things we come up with. That's these people. And how can you fix such an illness once you get like that? And it's like a bad religion gone wrong. How did we fix bad religions that went wrong back in the day? We hear about that things just disappear. We haven't got stories with everything. They just stopped. And we hear they weren't doing the right thing, and maybe that's why they stopped, and we come up with theories. But maybe they stopped because they took away their religion. Right? It is a theory. You don't have to take it away completely and get rid of it and make it non-existent by knocking down towers and never talking about it. He shall not be named, kind of thing. You can just get rid of their religion or their power by taking over it, by showing everyone else a better way of doing it or running it, which is money, right? Because they're not doing it right. They got a sickness with it, and they won't stop. These people who have this sickness, they don't stop. That's why they got a sickness. They won't stop. And so the best way to stop that, if it's someone with money and abusing money in the wrong direction and getting people to do things that are not good for people and stuff like that, is just as bad as what they're doing with all the money. And so to get them to stop that is to take their money. And I would find if you did that, they'll do two things. They'll either go crazy and kill themselves, or they'll get over it and move on and live another way of living, and that sickness will fade out, because they will go through an incident. It won't be, oh yeah, I'll just move on when it happens. They won't do that, because it's a sickness. It's like any sickness, and it's an addiction they've had, like any addiction. An addiction is an addiction, right? And when people say addictions, most of the time, because of the way the culture's run, people always think of drug addiction. But addiction just means it's something that you were stuck doing. You're getting sick doing it. Right? You're not getting sick, but you're addicted to it. And we like to use a lot of, we call addiction like an illness, because we only talk about the bad addictions. And so money creates a bad addiction, doesn't it? And they get an illness. And so when they lose that money and they've never not had money, or they've never not had money for a long time, they don't know what to do. It's like the body doesn't know what to do, the mind doesn't know what to do. Just like losing the drug, it's not just the body, it's the mind, it's just the change. So the best way to fix these people and these problems, and I've talked about it, is that we all need, if we got 1% holding 99% of the money, us 99% of the people need to confront this 1%. So in a way, instead of us all warring all different countries and that, I see solving the problem in a big way for everybody is confronting these few million people, 1%, who's got all this money, and debating them hard of why they need to save so much money, why they need to go so far in their religion. And they need to debate and convince us why they need to hold all that money and what was the good reason for it. And we'll debate why it's not good for what they're doing. Anyway, people, have a good one and let me know in comments what you think. By the fire!